In this video I will show you how to install the ABC compiler on macOS, and of course there will be a Hello World program. So let's create a new file, hello.abc, in our home directory. Of course you can copy paste the source code from the website or practice your typing. You will see the source code is quite similar to the source code for the C version of that program. Just a few modifications. For example, instead of this hashtag include, you have this @ symbol, which is kind of shorter. Okay, the next thing, we need syntax highlighting, of course. Go to settings and select install, and then search for ABC, and then you will find my package for that. Now once that's installed, you should have syntax highlighting like that. So of course ABC is not installed by default. So if you would try to compile it, you would get command not found. Now we need a few developer tools first, because for example this tool make that Apple ships together with the command line tools is from 2006, so this is really outdated. But also Homebrew is a bit annoying. They changed a few things. Be careful that you read this message, and it tells you that you need this in your .bash_ profile. Otherwise you would get the outdated 2006 version of make when you would type in make. So copy this line, go to your editor, and then add this to .bash_ profile, for example as last line. And then I also would suggest that you write this export keyword in front of this line. It's actually not required here, but I think it's more consistent that you always do this for path variables. Now the next thing that we need is the tool called LLVM, and if you search in Brew, in the package list of Brew, you see there are different versions. LLVM, the default version, is actually version 17, and I install the latest version, which is actually not the latest, but the latest that is available with Homebrew. And here you also have to read that if you want to have the LLVM tools in your path variable, then you can execute this command, and this command will actually add the path variable to the end of this file. So here you don't have to do it by yourself in the editor, which is actually something they also should have provided a message like that for the installation of make. Now either close the terminal and reopen it so that the modifications to our bash profile file take effect, or if you want to avoid that or want to see some trick how to do this more elegant, you can type in dot space and then .bash_ profile. This will have the following effect. This dot command, it's also called source command, reads in this configuration file and applies its content. And that means afterwards the path variable, for example, will be changed, as you see here. And as a fun fact, you see that the dot, the current directory, is now in the path twice because it was already there and now it was prepended the second time. But that doesn't matter, of course. So that was the hardest part. Now you simply just have to download the source code for the ABC compiler. For that you either can copy paste the command from the website, or I show you how to do this in general. You can search for Michael Lane GitHub for my GitHub repository for the compiler. Go to repositories, click on ABC LLVM, and then here under code, copy this URL. And then with the command git space clone space this URL, you simply can download the latest source code. Now after that you will have a new subdirectory abc-llvm. Now change into this directory with cd abc-llvm, and then simply type in make. And this would now work, but it takes a while. Let me also show you how to speed up building source packages. With make-8, I actually will use 8 processes for building the package, and this will speed up things a bit. Okay, now the compiler is compiled, and now we simply have to install it with make install. And after that, we can compile our ABC program. But be sure that you're in the right directory. If you're still in this subdirectory, you see it with print working directory. So go up one directory. Now I'm back in my home directory, and here I have my hello.abc program, and I can compile it into a.out. Yeah, and then of course we can also give it a different name. You can use similar options to GCC, for example, call it hello. And then we can go back to our typical workflow, modify or edit the program, compile it, test it, edit, compile, test, and so on. But of course, sometimes we also make mistakes. For example, a forgotten semicolon. Then our workflow is interrupted. We go back to edit the file, save it, and then compile it again, and so on. So typical workflow.